3, 2, 1.
Oh!
He's bleeding a little.
Yeah, because of his.
What? Oh, you guys all lied to me. Rip the other one now.
Oh, I
Go!
watched Jenny do it.
Go!
Ready?
Go! Go! You didn't get any of them! All it did was hurt me.
She has to do it again.
No. I'm sorry. I will be shaving.
Oh, that was.
I will never be experiencing this again.
It's just because your hair's so coarse. The other
So
day,
you lied.
Well, my logic there was I don't have much of a mustache, so when it grows out past like a day and a half, it looks terrible, so I shave it all the time. So I was like, 2 weeks and no shaving. That sounds like kind of a decent idea. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. And it didn't work. So now that I've emasculated myself in front of all of you, we're working on a shift linkage for the bug. This would be a good time to mention Hux Racing, as they have supplied our swap kit, which looks dirty, but it was really nice when they sent it. Now it's all dusty. Their link is in our description. They make all sorts of parts. I think they sell cables, they sell a shifter, we're doing it cheap and such what, but they sell all kinds of stuff for normal MR2s that have bodies. So go check them out, links in the description. Okay, so we gotta cut 2 little holes right here to send the linkage through. And then I'm gonna cut the top of this off. I think what we're gonna do, a lot of you guys mentioned Kyle from Booster Boys making the bracket for the K-Swap Smart Car. And he did a really good job. I think just to save some time, make it easier, I'm gonna cut this thing in half because these have to, okay, so imagine these sat, yeah, those sat like that. So now these need to basically sit like this. So I'm gonna cut them and just reverse the sides and then weld it together and make it attached to somewhere. Since we already have these nice holes for these to go through, I'm not gonna make things more complicated than I need to. So we'll see how it works. These are like this bronze, but I think it's just an anodized coating because that's steel and it's magnetic. So I'm gonna see what it does. So cut that off, make some holes, cut the top off, and make some progress. Welcome to Garage Idiots, where I cut stuff and then find out later I didn't need to cut it. So I cut these because they needed to be flopped, right? The high one needed to be over here, and and I thought these were different, and then I put it on here. Oh, look at that, it's gonna stay for me. And then this one goes over here like such, and they will have connected exactly where they were connected before. So I did not need to do that. Luckily, that's an easy fix. So I'm going to, first I'm gonna cut a couple things off, this whole little section here, and then weld these back together. And then basically run a plate on the bottom like Kyle did. So we'll build a little plate that connects right here. It comes out, and then we're gonna weld that piece to it, and it'll sit right here. Basically like what Kyle did, but I'm making some shortcuts to save myself some time, even though I just added some time because I cut something that wasn't supposed to be cut. Look at me trying to be an engineer. I've made some pretty stupid mistakes on this channel. This might be one of the dumbest. So, welded that back together, right? Because I thought I cut it by accident. Now, okay, so I had this on, and basically what's been going on is when this is there, these cables are, it's really interesting how sensitive these cables are, because if I like straighten these or pull them together, then that shifter moves. So having them, it's all right, I'll edit this nicely so you don't have to watch all of this. So having them relaxed, and this isn't where it's gonna like permanently sit, but this is just kind of to show. So you want this, from what I've read and seen, there's actually not a whole lot of detail on doing this RSX shifter in that, so I'm gonna be a little more detailed. So you could see these two little spring tips. So when you move one way, move the other way. So we want those to be nice and centered. And then that we want to be centered, right? Like it's neutral. So we don't want any resistance here. And every time I move these cables in any way, shape, or form, it throws that bracket down. So if I move these around or kind of just, you know, do this, it throws all of that out of whack. So that's not centered anymore. That's in like first and third-ish. So we want this to be centered. With that being relaxed where it's supposed to be, this is basically where these need to be. Minus, I mean, we can angle them straight, but these need to be, goodness gracious, if I could just put the frickin' pin in maybe. Okay, so those are in. So if these sit about like such, that looks like about where they are gonna be relaxed, is about like that. And that is not, see how far that moved? It's freaking sensitive. So we're trying to find where that wants to sit in the middle and then where that wants to sit. So it looks like this wants to sit all the way back here and that wants to stay about like that. So this, oh, you gotta laugh at this stuff, guys. Otherwise it would be, and it is frustrating, but so obviously that's not gonna line up. This one needs to sit significantly further back than that one. So I'm gonna cut this off again, but I got to practice some really bad welding. So I'm gonna cut this off again, and then I'm gonna start where Kyle did, and I'm gonna trim off underneath here to get this flat playing field, get a piece of steel and bolt it on here. Then I'm gonna cut these off and I'm gonna place these on the steel in their corresponding areas, and then we're gonna go from there. So we'll try this again. This is I tell you what, the only good part about screwing stuff up like this and making silly, stupid mistakes is I will never, ever forget this stupid mistake. And that goes for almost everything on this car. So it's a learning process. I don't know if this is gonna matter. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna start there because that has to be done regardless. This is going to be extremely functional and will lack the appearance of a well-crafted design. So basically, this here, let me show you what we're talking about. See, it fell and it didn't even break. So this little step up here is because that right there is taller than that side. So this fits in there. Oh, son of a gun. I did that backwards. Man, you guys are just getting the full garage idiot this round. I cannot believe this. I'm priming a valve cover. I'm doing 6 things at once. I can't believe I did that. Okay, so I gotta cut some more off of what I just welded, so that's lovely. Like quite a bit actually. Gosh, I'm stupid. Okay, hang on. The angle was supposed to be over here instead of over there, so I flipped it upside down. But so this is higher, so when this is resting like such, for that cable to be straight, by the time I put that little dude on there, which I don't know if it's gonna balance itself. Let's find out. This is going to be a very sloppy display, but I think you will. Let me put my shoe in there. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that will sit like such, give or take. But basically that needed to be an inch taller than the other one. And this one will sit in there in such a way. Let me finish this and then I'll show you that it hopefully will work. Let me get my foot back. So in theory, unless my tack breaks, we should have shift linkage right now. Let us find out. Trying to find a decent angle that shows you both, but just in case your eyes are wondering, here's shifter, transmission, all that. Sorry, the shifter box isn't, it's only got one bolt in it. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. Sorry, it is smooth. Let me go back on the other side. Pretty exciting stuff. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse, reverse. It works, guys. I was really concerned, and it's super interesting because now that that's mounted, so this whole time I was really worried that like the extra lag in this was gonna cause this to be like, because when those weren't bolted in place or in their little brackets, depending on where these cables moved, this would sit. It kept sitting like over in fifth. This is so cool. And so coming to find out, that really didn't matter. So now, so I gotta brace that a little more. I'm gonna do what Kyle did, kind of, sort of. So this is just a random little bracket that's underneath the shift linkage. So I'm going to cut some of this off and build onto it instead of drilling holes in steel and then making that curve. I'm just going to use this, cut off what I don't need, and then kind of beef this up a little bit, and then just run some like little triangle gussets up to that to make that stronger, trim off the excess. And then this shifter does not bolt, like the bolt holes aren't there. So I gotta see what some other people did or see what I want to do. But point being, it's so sick, guys. Right on, guys. That's sick. I'm excited. Yeah, that doesn't look pretty, but some grinding and some nice welds. My welds are getting decent, guys. That one on top right there, it's probably still hot. I couldn't even really see when I was doing that. That one turned out sweet. That bead down there turned out pretty nice. Some of them are, you know, my usual poo-poo, but definitely getting the hang of it. That one down there is pretty good too. I'm getting there, guys. So I'm going to weld this one all the way around, make sure that's nice and strong. And then so that little bracket goes right there and right there. So I'm gonna run a support up to here and then probably do a diagonal one back over to here just to make sure that's strong. Probably cut this off right there, but it works, guys. Look at that. That was just third, fourth, third, fourth, third, fourth. I can't do this with one hand because it's not bolted.
I don't want to make these holes any bigger than I already did, so I got to work those a little bit. But case in point, shifter is in. So I just drilled out some holes under yonder, and then I put a nut in there, and then I welded the nuts down, and she's not going anywhere. It shifts really well. So I think, I mean, these will probably just hang out like that, but it shifts really well. Look at that. Works like a dream. So that's pretty cool. I am I'm pretty excited. Look at that, guys. We have shift linkage. So next thing on my list, I found this out by accident. I'm missing a brake caliper. So when I bought this, he was parting the MR2 out, and he must have sold that caliper because I don't have it. Then we got a brake line back here that's pinched and has a hole in it. We need axles. I got a little bit more fishing to do on the wiring harness, and then once we have that, this thing should run and drive. That is the current goal. I don't know which of those steps is going to happen next. I don't know how much that caliper is because this is the turbo MR2, so I'm assuming that brake is a little bit pricier than you know, a Camry. So we'll find out about that. Wiring harness, not going to show you a whole lot because it's boring, but I'll get it figured out. Axles should be pretty cheap. I have both the K-series axles, so I got a Frankenstein, part of an Integra axle on this side, I believe, and then it should move. So that's what we got to do right now. I want to drive this thing. I want to run and drive. That's a huge motivating factor, so that's the goal. Then we'll focus on trimming all the crap that I should have done right the first time. So just in case you guys forgot, it still shifts. If I could shift with my left hand, neutral works extremely well. extremely neutral. So fair warning, the rest of whatever is left in this video is me talking to you guys. I got some questions, need a favor. I want to make this channel, I want you guys to look forward to episodes. I want to make this as good as I can. I value your guys' time. I want this to be just like I remember when Street Outlaws was a hot commodity, like I could not wait. I think it was on Mondays. I could not wait for next week's episode. Like I loved it. And so I want to learn how to be that for you guys. I want to make every video basically like, if this is kind of a stretch, but roll with me here. If I'm doing brakes on a Prius and I video it, I want that to be the most ridiculously exciting brake video you've ever watched. Like, I feel like there are just little aspects of my personality that I need to bring out more. I need to film differently. I need to do this, that, and the other. I want this to be well worth your guys' time. I appreciate everyone that's been hanging out and watching and supporting. I want this to be like, oh, Garage Idiots episode. Like, I want you guys to be pumped about this. So what I need from you guys, and you can message me or you can comment below, message me on Instagram. It's garage_idiots. I want you guys to dissect my videos and tell me like when, because I know for a fact I skip through videos. So when you guys notice yourself wanting to skip through sections, if something's repetitive, when it gets boring, obviously me talking is not an exciting part, so I'm trying to focus on that and hone that down a little bit. But pay attention, if you will, to when you notice yourself wanting to skip through the video, or just like when it gets boring. I mean, what would make these just like ridiculously exciting? Like, do I need to, I'm not going to change my personality. Like I don't want it to be fake or anything like that, but I just feel like I can do more to make this more worth your guys' while. So if you could, and like a lot of you guys that I've asked in the past, you know, you guys are so stinking positive and so supportive that you're just, no, you're doing a great job, man. Like, I really appreciate that, but I need you guys to rip me apart. I need you guys to really critique me on what we're doing, like just entertainment wise. Like, am I editing good? I know the music gets repetitive. I don't find the time to get new music for you, so I apologize. But, you know, I mean, do I need to show more of this, show less of that? Obviously, me talking is not a good one. You know, I mean, just really dissect these videos. YouTube's #1 analytic that they watch right now is watch time. Not percentage of video, but the total amount, the total minutes watched. 2 reasons. One, if you guys watch 17 minutes of an 18-minute video, that means it was an entertaining video. It wasn't boring, whether it was good or not, it was entertaining and it kept you hooked. So they look for that because that typically means it's a good video. And the more minutes you watch, the more ads YouTube can throw in front of your face. That's what I'm looking at right now, is like, if I have a 20-minute video and you guys are only watching 6 minutes of it, then that means there's, head math, 14 minutes that either wasn't entertaining enough, or there's bits and pieces I should have trimmed out, or, you know, my goal is to have you guys watch, you know, 100% of everything that we put out, not because you're doing me a favor, because it's so stinking fun to watch that you guys, like, you can't get enough of it. So I really want you guys to just, I mean, rip me a new one, tear these videos apart, really tell me like your honest opinions of like, you know, I'm tired of seeing this, I'm sick of seeing that, you're not doing this enough, you're working too slow, like whatever it is, like let me have it. I can't do better if everyone's just saying, hey, great job, which I appreciate that, I really do, but I want this to be worthwhile for you guys, so I need you guys to lay into me and really tell me what you want to see more of, less of, better this, better that. You get the idea. So, you know what's going on there. Shift linkage, good, awesome, pumped about that. Lots of other stuff going on, obviously, but those are the main key things that we need to get done. We'll tackle everything else. Body work on this, I'm gonna save until like, that's dead last. This thing's gonna be ready to rock and roll before I even think about finishing the body. So we're gonna focus on that, see what happens. A handful of you guys are like, where's the Jeep at? You'll see that soon. I got excited about this again, so I want to finish the Jeep or finish what we're doing to it. And then I'm going to try and bounce back and forth and get everyone, you know, because some people really like the Bug, some people really like the Jeep. You get the idea. I'm trying to do as much as I can at once. We got to make a turbo manifold for the Miata. I'm just all over the place. So let me know what you think. Please message me or comment and just, I mean, seriously, like rip these videos apart. Really tell me what you don't like, what you do like, what you need. Just, you get the idea. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everyone on Patreon that's still hanging out during everything that's going on in the world, really appreciate you guys. If you feel as though your financial situation has changed, please don't feel obligated to stay on. Like if whatever you're donating or helping us out with is affecting you, get off of there until things get better or whatever. Like don't feel bad about that. I appreciate you guys. I think that's all I got. I think next video will be that valve cover you see on the table there. Just a quick hydro dip video. And I don't know what's going on. Mini Cooper, working on it still. Yeah, I covered everything. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Message me garage_idiots on Instagram. We do have a Garage Idiots Facebook group, so find that. It's pretty easy. Let me know what you think. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.